Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming back to KG's Garage. This is Keith. And today, what I'm working on is a 350Z again. I know it's not an RV, it's not the motorhome, but 350Z needs some stuff done to it. So that's what I'm doing today. I bought a new radio for it because the current one is broken. It's shattered. It might have accidentally happened when we were hitting the screen too much. It wasn't working. So when I bought the car, it wasn't working that well. And the volume would go up and down just randomly. The screen wasn't working. The touch screen wasn't working at all. And you couldn't switch to or anything. So we were hitting it, and I noticed a crack, and then so I just started bashing it, and there you go. So that's the result. It was some piece of junk. It's a dual brand, so it's not a very good brand. Not like I'm gonna replace it with any other good brand. This is like my beater car. I'm planning on drifting it, but drive it sometimes. You know, I figure if I can drive it on the road a little bit, I can work out whatever bugs are in it. Like right now I know it has a nice oil leak, so I got to fix that. The belt was squealing, I fixed that. You know, just so I can work out all the things. I think the clutch is going. So anyway, what I bought was this Boss audio system. Figured I would get one of the cheaper brand names out there. You know, you have Pioneer, Kenwood, and then you have Boss. Like, it's a Walmart brand. It's really low end. But you know what? It was very inexpensive, and it's going to fit in there, and I think it'll work fine. It also comes with a backup camera, which there already is a backup camera in here. It doesn't work. I already have the backup camera right here. And I don't know. It doesn't work. I don't know if it's the wires or if it's the camera, if there's something inside the radio. But anyway, I'm going to rip out the old radio, and I'm going to put this guy in. I haven't even opened this thing up yet, so I don't know what it looks like, what I need. And I've never taken the dash apart. If I can go by how the rest of the car is, I can almost guarantee you all these wires inside here are all screwed up. So I'm going to take all this off, get into the radio, see what's on the back, and I'm going to have to rewire it all. The first thing is you got to pull this cover off. Alright, I think this whole thing just pulls out. Yep. Probably all the clips are broken already. Okay, so it's stuck down here. I might have to get a screwdriver. Nope. There we go. Alright, so this part. Wow, that's heavy. That is a heavy shifter knob. You know, this is a 6-speed. Whatever. Alright. What the heck is this? Wow, that controls the... I'm sure that's not supposed to just be loose there. Whatever. Alright, so now this comes off. Wow. It's supposed to be screws here and here hold this thing on. One screw, only 2 screws hold this on. Okay, so now, this thing, these went in and around. hooks went in and around and came over here, and it's supposed to screw in. Just put a screw here, and then screws right here, and holds the top on. So here's the radio. So what we got. Okay, so this is what we have. These are all the wires, like for speakers and all that kind of crap. Take that out. This is probably for camera. Yep, that's the camera. Antenna. Yep, looks like antenna wire. Hey, what does this stuff say? Oh, this, you know what, I probably should label this. This black one is sub out. Red, it also says sub out. Right and left, okay. Purple, right rear. Green, right left. I guess this is gray. Front right and front left. I don't know if I have these connectors on a new one. Oh yeah, and this thing had a CD player, right? Yeah, don't have that anymore. Nobody uses CDs anymore. So let me see what happened here. Alright, I'm gonna look at all these wires, figure out what's what, and I'll get back. Okay, so here's the new unit. You can see it's a lot thinner this way because, or I guess, yeah, there's no CD player that comes out. If you match it up, it's just that much that sticks out. So, and on the back, it looks like it does have subwoofer. It has plug-ins for, so I can just plug in those ones that were there. This is going to be an issue trying to figure out where all these go with this new wire harness. 3 wire harness. Oh, this one's for the rear camera. It has a separate one for the camera. Okay, so it looks like it has hookups for front camera, reverse, remote output parking brake, and camera power. And this is all for the radio, power, ground, illumination, accessory, blah, blah, blah. And these are probably the speakers, which I don't think I'm going to use these. Yeah, front, right, rear. Yeah, so this I'm not going to use. I might just stick it in there for future use. If for some reason I do take this radio out, who knows? I don't know. I won't lose it if it's on the back of it, so I'll stick it on the back and just jam it in there. I think what I'm going to do is take these wires, start undoing this mess here, and where it says, because those wires are labeled, where it says like 12 volt power, I'm just going to hook up the 12 volt power, and if it says accessory, you know, whatever, I'm just going to match up these with whatever's on there. Because somebody did a lot of work. The radio was working. Everything was powered up and stuff like that. It's just that it was broken. The actual radio broke. So, and then the other thing is, I don't know if these speakers work. There's all rust. There's all rust underneath the seat, and I think the wires run under there. And I don't even know. So there's a subwoofer back there. I don't even know where speakers are in this car. You have speakers here. So that's front. Oh no, there are rear speakers. They're supposed to be. Right back here, it's supposed to be, there's a speaker, and then over here there's a speaker. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a speaker. I don't know if those work. So I'll hook up the wire. If it works, it works. It was getting some sound coming out of it. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a little 9 volt battery and hit the wires and see if I hear anything popping. We'll see if that works. I don't know. Anyway, let me start wiring this thing up. I knew it. I knew this thing would be butchered. Besides having Scotch locks on stuff. There's other Scotch locks here. Scotch lock, Scotch lock. I just took this. There was a piece of tape. Barely, I mean, this is how much tape. And these wires were attached. They just twisted together. What the heck? Well, this is what I'm dealing with. Alright, I'm digging into it more. Alright, well, I think the wires are pretty much all done. I'll show you. There it is. There's a new rat's nest. Everything that I think needs to be hooked up is hooked up. There's some questionable stuff. Like this one is supposed to be for the amp. I don't even know if there is an amp in here. It's supposed to be for the factory amp. I don't know. I don't know where this blue wire goes. It goes into the dash, goes somewhere. But it was hooked up before. This one I'm not hooking back up. It says SWC ground. I don't know what that's for. But I don't have any more connectors here. Everything's connected. And then everything's connected here. I have some 3 loose ones that are not hooked up. Front camera power, rear camera power, and remote output. I don't know what that does. So those aren't hooked up. I'm pretty sure the camera probably gets power. The camera's back there. It's probably jumpered, and I'm guessing it probably gets power back there somewhere in the trunk or something. I don't know. But I'm gonna hook this up and let's see if it works. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this thing works. I'm turning the ignition on. And fans are coming on full blast and I have no control over that. There we go. Alright, fans are off. Okay, so here we go. Radio's in. It looks like it's working. Let's see if there's any sound on this sucker. Let's go to tuner. Oh, I didn't plug the antenna in. I should find a station now. So I have no idea if it's working or not. The volume's set to 16. Let's turn loud on. Okay, well, so there's no sound. I gotta figure something out. No signal. Let me put this in reverse. Alright, well, we're in reverse. It says no signal detected from rear camera. Oh, so it's seeing that I put it in reverse. Let's see if I take it out of reverse. Yeah, then I get my screen back. So there's something wrong with the feed from that camera. I got an idea. Here's the camera that comes with it. Run this wire all the way from the back up to the front here. So let's pull out the original camera that's in there. Plug this one in. Let's go to camera. Actually, let's go to reverse. Okay, so it sees that it's in reverse, so the signal's working. Let's try putting this into rear camera. There we go. But there we are. Hey, what's up? Let's do it this way. Let's fix me. Okay, so I plugged it in the back here into rear camera, and it works. I'm gonna have to run the wire for the rear camera. Well, that's one problem. I'm gonna rerun that wire. So the camera works, and the radio doesn't work. Oh boy, did I open up a can of worms. So I took the subwoofer out. I wanted to see if it was working and see what the wires are. There's a bunch of junk over there. So a wire running over to here. So there is an external amp. And this is the signal wire to tell the amp to turn on. Not hooked up. Here, these wires go to the speaker. One's broken, corroded. This is the other side. This comes from the radio. Goes in there. And then you have your negative cable and your positive cable. I didn't have subwoofer didn't work since I've had it. But I noticed there was this cable here, not hooked up, and it was just thrown in here like this. So what the heck? So anyway, I just temporarily hooked it on here. I didn't put a bolt on there just to see if it works and everything, if it's good. So when I hook up that amp wire, there is power over here. So it's power coming all the way to the amp. I didn't see the amp turn on. I mean, it's not going to until I do this. I need to redo that wire, which this wire, I'm assuming, goes all the way here, goes blah, 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 into the dash, and comes out here. And then it's hooked into, well, it's hooked into blue yellow, which this looks like it's an aftermarket clip, which is, on this side it's green yellow. I looked up green yellow, and green yellow is the stock amp signal turn on. So when I turn the car on, I think it's supposed to turn on. So I don't know, I gotta hook all that up and see what happens. I can't get any of the speakers to work. There's a speaker in the door. I have to figure out how to get back to this speaker. I don't know how to get to it. Hopefully I don't have to take this whole panel off. Maybe I can get it through the trunk. I don't know. I'm gonna go do a little bit of research and figure that out. The other thing I could do is I could just hook up something to the wires. I did try doing a 9-volt battery trick. Take the 9-volt battery and stick it on the connectors, the wire, and nothing happens. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. Maybe the speakers are bad, that's why it's not doing anything. I have no idea. Maybe the 9-volt battery's dead. I don't know. I have to check all this out. So, still, simple radio install is turned into something much bigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and research some more stuff, figure out what the heck's going on with these speakers. Hey, real quick, I just wanted to stop the video here for a minute, and I wanted to say, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. You're gonna see more of me and the Z, and I have other stuff going on. Working on motorhome. Yeah, just want to let you know, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, go ahead and subscribe, and I'd appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And let me tell you where I'm at. This amp is shot. I redid these connectors here for these, and the speaker wires. I took the speaker wire off. I'm using it for something else, but I wanted to see if the amp worked. It doesn't work. I looked at it a little bit more closely, and it's got some corrosion on the screws, and there's corrosion down here. So I'm thinking it's shot. Probably water got in it, and it's garbage. So I'm not getting another amp. The speaker here works. I don't know how well it works. I hooked the battery up to it, and it makes noise. I hooked up in some of my testing of the radio, I hooked up a speaker, the speaker wire, directly to the subwoofer, and you can hear sound coming out of it. Obviously, the subwoofer, it's not supposed to be, it shouldn't be giving you all the same sounds as a regular little speaker, but there's sound coming out of it, so it works. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I just don't want to spend the money and put the money into this and put another amp, and then have this speaker blow out as soon as I put a good amp on there. So I'm not going to bother. And talking about a can of worms, I took the whole door panel off. I wanted to test this speaker to see if it was working. I did everything. I checked the ohms. Checked the ohms to the speaker from these wires over here, these coaxes. I don't know which speaker this goes to, but the ohm reading seems to be good, but when you go to play music, it doesn't. No music comes out. I then took this speaker wire, connected it So I had these RCAs into the back of the radio, hook these wires into here wherever the wires for the speakers go, and then took the other end and hooked it onto the speaker, and the speaker kind of worked. It was on and off. I think the connectors are corroded. I cannot get these wires to work, and I tried pinning it, sticking a see if there was continuity between the wires. So I put a probe in here, and then I probed all of these here. Like I said, I don't know which, it's the right door, but I don't know which one of these is the right door. I'm sure I could look it up online and find out, which color of these is supposed to be the speaker wire for the door, but I just probed them all, and nothing. So nothing came back. There was no connectivity to any of them. So either some wires are shot, they're rusted or corroded. The way everything looks in here, I mean, corroded. Anything metal, bare metal, has rust on it, and the way these wires had rust on them. And oh, actually, you can look at here. This looks like it's got corrosion on it. And inside here, I took a screwdriver and scraped it a little bit, and the connection got a little better. So these things are corroded. I just want music in the car. I just want to be able to, like, when I'm driving it once in a while on the road, if I'm going to drive it to a drift event, is maybe what I'm thinking. It'd be nice to have some kind of music. So, bit the bullet. I went online and I bought new speakers. I bought some speaker wire and some connectors, and I'm just going to rewire the whole thing. I'm just going to take these wires and throw them out and just rewire it all the way to here, and then just hook up wherever this is. Hook up whatever these wires are supposed to be hooked up. Snap it in there. I'm going to put another connector on here so I can disconnect it. Like a quick disconnect. And then I'll just leave this junk here. I don't care. And then I'll have new speaker wires coming in, and they'll be all going to the this is for the sub. I'll have all new speaker wires for all the speakers, and it'll work then. The first thing I'm going to do is going to do these fronts, and the rears apparently is a big pain in the neck. You got to take all this off, all these plastic pieces off. So I'm not going to do that right away. I just want to get these front speakers, see how it is, and then get that going. Anyway, so this is going to be a longer video than I thought. I thought it was going to be a little short. Let me show you how to do a radio video. But now it's, let me show you how to do a radio and replace your junky speakers. I was surprised that it is the Bose system. So this car is a 2004 with the original speakers in it. They're probably garbage anyway. It's right now it's 2022, so it's 18 years old. So those speakers gone. Oh, the other thing is it has separate tweeters in here, and it looks like crap. And I'll probably just leave that in there. I'm not gonna do separate tweeters. I'm getting two ways, so I'll have a tweeter on here, and I'm gonna be done. My only issue is I got to figure out. This speaker looks like it's molded with the with this. When I pull this off, how's the speaker? How do I do it? I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, doing a little update on the speakers, the wiring for this, and radio install, I guess, on the 350Z. I had this door panel all off. I replaced the speaker and the wires. So there's gonna be a wire shown right here, but that's okay. I originally took this connector off, and I saw online some people do is they drill through the connector and then have the wire come through the connector, and I didn't really like that idea. It would make it look neater just coming through, but I don't want to drill through a connector and ruin it. Even though, you know, this is supposed to be my drift car and, you know, whatever. But I just, anyway. So what I wound up doing was I put a little hole in that boot right there. And then there's actually a rubber grommet already there. You can see right here. There's a little plug. Took that plug out. I punched a hole through it. It actually looks like exactly like this one right here. So I don't know what those are for, but I took that little plug out and punched a hole in it and ran the wire through there. On the inside is another story. I don't know if this is because it's a convertible or what, but there's a lot of support in that area there, like kick panel area. There was a ton of support behind here. It's like 3 layers, so I couldn't just go right straight through. I had to go down. I had to fish it with a coat hanger stuff. Anyway, so I still have to do the drive side. So that's what I'm gonna work on today. And since I cheated already, I already did the other side. I know what to do on this side, so this side should be a little bit easier. And I'm gonna show you actually what I do, because I did a lot of things on the other side that didn't work. So I'm not even gonna bother showing you that stuff. I'm gonna show you what worked on that side, on the passenger side, do it on the driver's side, and should go pretty smooth. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm not changing the back speakers out today or soon. You gotta take all these plastics off. I mean, like every piece. So I'm not doing that now. I just want to get this thing back together so I can drive around. I kind of wanted to drive it this weekend and I couldn't because it was all taken apart. I'm going to rewire this. I'm going to run 2 sets of speaker wires for these rear speakers. I bought new speakers. These are the speakers I bought. They were like $25 on Amazon. So that's what I got. I got 4 of those. I bought this 16 gauge wire. And then I bought these connectors. I can't get it. I bought a bag of these connectors. I figured what I'm going to do is, you can see I already did it, so I can quick disconnect. I don't know, in the future maybe, I don't know. The speakers. So this connector is going to be for the front. I'm going to use another one. It'll be for the rear. And I'm just going to take the wires. I'll hook them all up here. My plan is to hook everything up here and not have to take the radio out again and just run that other stuff. Oh yeah, the other thing I need to run is I'm going to take this backup camera out and put the one that came with it, and I'm going to run those wires. I think those wires just run right back here. I don't know. I don't know if they run. I don't think they run under the car. I think they ran them through. I'm just going to tie the new wire to the existing one and just pull it with it. That's the plan for that. So door speaker wires for here, two sets for the rear speakers, and the wire for the backup camera. That's my plan. We'll see how far I get today. I just don't want. I'm trying not to have to take all that apart again. I mean, I know it's not a big deal, but if I have everything set up in there, ready to go, and I just have to take up the rear and just hook them up, that'd be awesome. Okay, so to get this driver's door panel off, you have a bolt in here. It looks like a 10 mil. There should be. Look at this. This door never come apart. There's something here. There's like a little. Can you see it? Right here. There's a little cover. Anyway, need 2 hands. You gotta take that little deal off right there, here, and there might be some bolts in here once I get this cover off. Okay, so I just popped the panel off. You can see these. This is what holds them in. These little clips. I'm missing one here. Anyway, now the next thing. Oh, and I took out this little thing here. I don't know, this little rubber thing. And it just fell somewhere. I don't know where it went. Looks like there's supposed to be a screw there, but behind it, there wasn't. Okay, so now you have to take out these cables for the door handle and the door lock. So all you do is you pop this way, take that one out. This one is stuck here. You pop that out, and then you lift it, and then you lift this guy up. Oh, it broke. Look, stupid thing broke. Hopefully it's not an issue. Yeah, it might be. Okay, well, door panel's off. What else is going to happen? So I don't know if this being broke is going to be a problem. I think it's going to be a problem. I don't know what this is for. It's to unlock and lock the door. And then what I do is just take these cables and stick them somewhere. Is there a hole here? Here's the original speaker. It's a Bose. I didn't realize this thing had a Bose system in it. I thought it would have said somewhere else. Maybe it said it on the radio. I know it would have said on the back speaker over here that's missing. I'm missing that whole plastic piece. But I thought it would have said somewhere else, like on the speaker grill on the outside or something, like I would advertise it. I guess not. Anyway, I'm gonna take the speaker off, take this wire off. I'm not gonna use this. There's a little tweeter up in here. I'm not gonna use that. I'm sure it's shot. The reason why I'm changing out these wires is I'm running new speaker wire is not because I care about the sound. I want sound in here, and these for somewhere in this car these wires are not working. I've tried cutting the wire, hooking up to a new speaker, and it doesn't work. So I'm just rerunning the wires. I don't know where there's a breakage somewhere in these wires and the speaker wires going to the radio. I don't care. Maybe something chewed it. I don't know. I just put in new wires, and I know they'll work. Because it goes into this wiring harness here, this connector. And it goes. Who knows where it goes? Everything under the dash. If it's bare metal, is all rusted. Everything's under there is rusted. So I think water got in here. I know water got in here, and just humidity probably made everything rust. Let me show you what I did here. I took the plug out from right over here. You can see I have the coat hanger in there. And I drilled a hole right there. Right where the coat hanger is coming through. I had to drill through two pieces. I drilled through this piece. Actually, if you look how many layers it is, it's 2 layers there. And then there was another layer on another piece I had to drill through on the other side inside here. So now I have this coat hanger coming through. I got it in, so it's not exactly lined up. This hole's here, this hole's here. It's a little bit lower. You can't drill straight across, so that's a problem. Got my little hook here and helped it. It had to come up and bend up and then come through here. I got it through that first hole on the other side here that you can't see. Obviously, it went through here fine. Went through the second hole, and then I had to get it through here. Now, I'm going to attempt to tape the speaker wire on here and pull it through that way. And then once it's through that way, all I have to do is punch a hole. All I have to do is punch a hole in the gasket here, and this rubber here, and it'll come through and I'll go right into the speaker. That's why I want to show you this. I'm going to show you this cool tool I have. It is a wire, but it's like a screwdriver, but it's hollow. And you stick the wire in here, either end, doesn't matter. Usually you would stick it through the handle end and poke this through something. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to poke it through the grommets, poke it through there, cut it, because you'll be able to see the point coming out, and I'll just with a knife just cut where it's coming out so it goes through, because this isn't sharp enough to go through the rubber. It'll make a dent, but it's not gonna cut through. So I will put that, cut it, and then once this is through, I can just shimmy the wire through it. And if I take the wire and go this way with it, that'll be fine. This will be through, and I can shimmy the wire in here, and it'll come out the handle, no problem. All right, I'm gonna show you what this tool can do. So I cut a hole in that little plug grommet that goes in the over there. I shove the tool in there. I'm gonna take the wire. Take the wire, shove it in here. Take the wire, shove it in there. Okay, it came out this side. Now, I can just pull this to where I want, get it pretty close, and then I'll just slide the grommet off, and then I just pull this out. Instead of trying to jam the wire through that grommet, just do it like that. And then I'm just going to take this grommet and push it all the way back where it needs to go, and then snap it into its place. And I'm just trying to make sure I have enough wire here so I can hook up the speakers, which this should be plenty. It's going to go through the door, come inside, come around, that's plenty. And then I have the whole roll over there. I'll cut it in a minute when I figure out how much I need to get to the radio. Okay, here we go. There's the wire coming through. There's the speaker. I went up and over the dash. Comes through here. And now, I have music. Okay, so I ran the wires, the speaker wires. I ran one for the sub too, even though I'm not hooking it up. I just want to show you a little trick that I did here. I'm trying to find the wires. So here are the 3 wires I ran. I put some color coding on them. Red, green. This one has both, red and green. So this is at the radio end, and then back here, red, I'm going to make the right speaker. Red and green is going to be the sub. And then just regular green is going to be the left speaker. So that's just a little trick. This way you don't have to, if you ran these wires back there, you wouldn't know which one's which. This way you know exactly which one's which. And obviously you mark them while they're not in. You know, before I even put these in here, I put the tape around them. So anyway, that's a little trick I like to do. All right, well, that's gonna wrap it up, guys. I got the radio in, console's back in, all this is back in. You know, it's in, whatever. The radio works. It's just the two front speakers right for now. Like I said, later on, I'm going to do the rear speakers and maybe do a sub. I don't know. I have a sub right there. An Alpine. I don't know how old it is. I think it works. I don't have an amp for it. So the amp that's in there is bad. So I don't have an amp. So to get that to work, I would really just need to put an amp on that and see if that thing works. The subwoofer. If it works, maybe I'll put it in. I don't know. I'm gonna get the rear speakers, and I think that'll be good for now. I'm just gonna drive around and, you know, enjoy the nice days, and then drift it on the weekends. So, okay, I just found out a cool feature about this radio, this Boss radio that I put in. There's a wire on the back of the radio that says, well, you can hook you can hook 2 cameras up to this radio. So it says rear camera power, 12 volts. So there's this wire that comes, I ran this wire, right, this video wire, and it has a red wire coming out of it. And if you connect the other, so the other end of this video cable has a red wire out of it. And if you connect that red wire to that 12 volt out or 12 volt front camera wire, you will have 12 volts right here. And then you just have to do grounding. Actually, the ground's not even hooked up and the camera's working. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe that's why I hear some kind of whining noise. Maybe that's why it's making, let's see. Maybe that's why it's making a whining noise. No, that's not the reason. So it's pretty cool because the other camera that's here, it has this camera here. The other camera is, they spliced in. See, here's the old wire right there. And they spliced into, I don't know what, to get power and ground. So I could take those off, which I was going to take off anyway. I mean, those Scotch lock connectors. Oh, I hate those Scotch lock connectors. So Scotch lock connectors can come off, and all I have to do is just hook these wires up and I'm done. And I got to figure out how to run. I need to run this through somewhere here to get it into the trunk. I haven't figured that out yet. There's a grommet right there, but I don't know where it goes. And there's no access to it anywhere here. Oh, I wonder if it's behind the plate. I don't know, maybe I'll pull a plate off. Maybe there's a hole. Maybe I'll get lucky and there's a hole there. I don't know. So, anyway, that's it. I just wanted to show you that. Anyway, that's going to be it. I'll put a link in the description below to all the stuff I bought. The speakers, the radio, and the wiring, and anything else I bought. Connectors and stuff like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you haven't already. And if you want to see more videos, hit that notification bell right there, and you'll be notified when I get new videos up. Thanks a lot, and I'll catch you later. Bye.